I mean, it's not February anymore. Hey yo, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. This week I'm talking all about love languages. Is it a little late to talk about love languages? I mean, it's not February anymore, but I don't give a fuck. Love is year-round. Before we dive into everything, if you like this video, maybe give it a like, comment down below if you enjoy the channel and my content. I would appreciate a subscription and to ring-a-ding that bell. To keep up to date with all things Sam, you can subscribe to my newsletter down below. Please folks, keep in mind that all of these videos are based on my own research, personal experiences, and thought processes, so use what you can, leave what you can't. Onward into the video. So, what is a love language? Well, in 1995, a doctor by the name of Gary Chapman wrote a book titled The 5 Love Languages: How to Express Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate. This book outlines the 5 general ways in which people express their affection towards one another. Now, there are dozens of tests that one can find all over the internet in order to take to discover what our primary love languages may be, and they're pretty fun to take because they're pretty on point and super insightful and can definitely be used to improve one's relationships. For example, my primary love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service, while my husband's primary love languages are quality time and receiving gifts. This means that we have to put in a little bit of effort to make sure that we are speaking each other's love languages and that we both feel happy and fulfilled. With that explained, let's break down each of the 5 love languages, shall we? Words of affirmation is all about vocalizing those affections, appreciation, and praise. It's saying things like, I love you, thank you for taking out the trash, you're really good at doing the dishes. What is important is that the feelings are vocalized so that the recipient can hear them. However, they don't necessarily have to be spoken vocalized. Writing notes, sending text, things like that also works. When people's love languages are quality time, that means that they want undivided attention. No laptop, no cell phone, make eye contact, actively listening, you know, having a face-to-face, hot-to-hot conversation. Now, an hour of undivided attention, just enjoying each other's company, can mean more to them than 5 hours of binging a show while somebody's playing on their laptop or their phone. Because it's all about the quality, not the quantity. Now, if physical touch is your love language, that doesn't necessarily mean sex, although it could. But it more often means something like a squeeze on the shoulder, a pat of the head, holding hands, little kiss on the cheek, just any way that affection can be shown through touch. Now, these people can also be huge cuddle monsters. One minute you're playing a game and the next minute you got somebody laying in your lap. I say this like I don't do this to my husband since it's my 3rd love language. Now, I don't know if this is the most common love language or if it's just the most commercialized love language, but acts of service is when people feel loved because other people do stuff for them, like a neglected chore or filling up somebody's gas tank for them. You know, all the little things that Mother's Day loves to guilt trip kids into doing to show their mothers they appreciate them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying, it's very commercialized. No, you know what, I take that back. There is in fact one language that is more commercialized than acts of service, and that is receiving gifts. But people who receive gifts, it's less about the gift itself and more about the symbolic love and effort put into selecting the gift. Just the idea that somebody was walking through the store and saw something and thought, oh hey, you know, so-and-so would really love this, makes them really happy. Also, people who speak the receiving gifts love language tend to remember who got them like each and everything that they were given. Not something I can claim to remember. Can there be other ways to show your affection? Well, of course there could. Everything I can think of actually fits nicely into one of these 5 categories, though. For example, I always say food is my real primary love language, whether it's somebody giving me food or making me food, or whether I'm making food for somebody else. But I actually think that fits really nicely into the acts of service category because it involves either going out and getting the food or preparing the food. I would be interested to know everybody else's opinions in the comments down below. To expand on a point from earlier, I do believe it is possible to receive and give love in different languages. For example, gifts are not a big deal to me, but I know that they make other people happy. So I love buying gifts for other people, which one could make the argument fits under acts of service, which is one of my primary love languages. So it's actually very layered and complicated, even though it's also really simple. On the other hand, words of affirmation that's not really high up there in my husband's love languages, so he has to make an effort to make sure that he's vocalizing it enough for me, which he does. He does a very good job making me feel loved in my love language as well as his own. I just think it's all very interesting and something that one can definitely keep in mind when writing their characters. Now, the reason that we're all here. How and why does this apply to writing? Does it only really matter if you're writing a romance? Well, my fellow writers, here's the thing. Everyone experiences affection, not just lovers. And when we understand our characters' love languages, we'll be able to add in little consistent cutesy things that make them feel like well-rounded and believable characters. As a romantic example, Kieran's primary love language is physical touch, so he will try to kiss Nova on the nose any chance he's allowed. As a non-romantic example, Liam's love language is also physical touch. So he loves to hug, he likes to pat people on the head, he likes to lay in laps, he likes for people to lay in his lap. He's very touchy in general. On the other side, Nova's primary love language is most definitely not physical touch. So yeah, she'll let them pull her into hugs and kiss her on the nose and stuff, but it means a lot more to her when they just say, hey, I love you, or, you know, you're pretty badass. It's little touches like that that we can add here and there that really make the characters feel believable and that lets people relate to them. Because most people know a hugger in their life, or somebody who doesn't like hugs but loves to bake things for people. It also helps each character and the inter-character relationships just be more unique to them. Alright everyone, that's all I got for you this week. What are your love languages? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, maybe give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring-a-ding that bell. If you want to keep up to date on all things Sam, you can sign up to my newsletter linked in the description down below. I host live streams on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you'd like to check out samples of my writing, you can check them out on my website at samanthaalnasset.com. If you'd like to stalk my social media, that's cool too, at Samantha L. Nasset on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. And that's all I got for you this week. Sam out! Toot, toot, toot.